Infinite worlds tend to have infinite possibilities, some of those far outside of what we can even fathom with our simple ape brains. But do you ever try to wonder what may lie far beneath your very feet? What may be lurking somewhere, deep, trapped, in an unexplainable prison for crimes you cannot imagine to be true? But what if those things were to be true? What if they could be explained? How might your mind change? How might you begin to think, feel, act? These and many more questions I will now attempt to try and answer through this very video, playing a Minecraft mod about the show Odd Commodity. Wait, no, and then like intro plays or some shit. Hello everyone and welcome to my attempt at a 7-day survival challenge based on a newly released mod by Swirly about Stranger Things. I have been closely following the development of this game down to the wire of when it was released, even going as far as to set up this very intro you're listening to now, days before the game was even released. So I really fucking hope this video does well. With that being said, to the source material, I highly recommend you guys go and check out his channel, as it goes into far more detail than this will regarding the mod itself. And if you'd like to check out the mod for yourself, I will leave a link to my Moderator pack in the description below. But without further ado, let's get right into day one. This modded world started off as any other would, collecting wood, crafting tools, and creating a sheep torture pen. Oh, wait, no, that's for day 8. And beginning the collection of stone. I was eventually able to find a patch of coal, giving me my first real taste of resource, and probably water pollution with how much dirt I placed in here. It also gave me a chance to truly admire how beautiful these shaders are. Because worst case scenario, one of these things already goes ahead and spawns like sometime tonight. I mean, what am I to do versus a Demogorgon with no gear? You know what I'm saying? Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll show you on screen. This is a Demogorgon. Now in the show, these things are aggressive, violent, and very smart creatures. In Minecraft, they're kind of like rabbits on steroids. They jump around really fast and then they just kind of attack anything they see. Kind of like the Wither, except way less cool. But the main difference is they're about double as strong as that and almost impossible to kill with regular tools and resources. Which I'll show you later in the video how we managed to even attack one. Speaking of rabbits, I forgot what version of Minecraft we're on and just assumed that bundles were a thing. So I began chasing rabbits around the snow, attempting to try and murder them for their flesh. Come here. Come here. Dude, it's actually so hard to see the bunnies in the snow. But, oh, they're not invisible. Oh shit, I hear a polar bear. Please don't have a baby. I don't feel like dealing with that. And if you're confused on why I'm collecting so much copper, circling back to the bundles, I completely forgot what version of Minecraft we're on. Which, even if we were in a modern version of Minecraft, copper armor is damn near useless. However, when you're being chased, or rather confronted with a 9-foot tall monster that can tear you in half long ways, it kind of makes more sense to just have armor than to not have anything at all. So my thought process was that, and very simple. Ah, dang. Okay, so it's before copper armor and tools. So copper's kind of pointless is what I'm hearing from that. I also got the opportunity to casually check out how beautiful complementary shaders are. This mod pack makes normal Minecraft feel... Oh, wow. That's beautiful. This is just a part of complementary. This has nothing to do with the Stranger Things shit, but like, oh my god, that's gorgeous. I think surviving the night is overrated. I think we need to go exploring. How can we end day 1 hiding in a hut? We need to be tremendous and fighting and majestic on the battlefield. We cannot falter. I'm gonna regret this and like I'm gonna like randomly see a Demogorgon jump out. This has nothing to do with the Stranger Things pack whatsoever. It has all to do with how beautiful Minecraft has become. Obviously this is mods and it's, you know, vanilla doesn't look this way, but damn it could. Because to be honest, oh, God damn. This could, you know, this low-key could be vanilla. They could just make this game look this good. Like, I don't know, man. This game can be beautiful sometimes. Oh, shit. And that's where I met my untimely demise at the bottom of a cave. Luckily speaking, though, this challenge doesn't necessarily end until Vecna gets a hold of me or I win against Vecna. So this doesn't count as a true death, but, you know, it isn't my first or last one in this entire episode, just to keep your, you know, eyes and ears open to the idea of me losing a battle, because it's possible. Now this is bad. Okay, so we gotta seriously make some ground, because now we have to make our way all the way back over there in some record time, because if not, we genuinely face finding the the Demogorgon, and well, I don't know what that means. To be 100% honest with you, bro, I don't know what the Demogorgon is capable of, other than I did do a little bit of testing, obviously, as anyone would normally do, before they, you know, just hop on and assume a mod's gonna work. It was doing some damage with netherite on, that's all I'm gonna say. Which makes me think it got probably 2-tap me, if not 1-tap me. In the early mornings of day 2, I was able to find all of my items glistening in the sunlight. Dude, that's kind of crazy. It was like indirect sunlight. Isn't that kind of beautiful in a way? It's like it almost guided to me. Gathering my gear, I then decided to go around and collect as many iron deposits as possible. I do, of course, need to be fighting way scarier monsters going forward, so obviously I'm going to be able to need to defend myself. I then also took my chances in seeing if I could take on an Enderman. I'm gonna attempt something stupid here, and I might regret it, might not, we'll see. If I do this, gives me a little hidey hole. Okay, it's 1, it's 2. Okay, this is a test, because this is probably gonna how I have to go about killing the the other guy. The rest of day 2 is mainly spent collecting more iron deposits and running around the cave. I was able to collect my first diamond, and guaranteedly so get enough iron to craft a full set of armor. Narrowly escaping death and getting outside of the cave, I attempted to make an amazing clutch moment and get out, where I was met with my fatal demise because, well, ender pearls do kind of do damage, and I wasn't thinking. Freak, how did I die? Hit the ground too hard, my ass. Which then gives rise to the early mornings of day 3, which began with me, of course, attempting to get a hold of my items that laid in the valley of the shadow of death. I take a look at my life. Gladly, other than a few of them that got kind of flung off the edge, they were all sitting relatively close to the top of the mountain. After climbing my way out, I then began to ransack the village, stealing all of their valuable items and making quick use of their amazing technology, such as a blast furnace. Then my next step was to actually try to make contact with the Upside Down, and therefore begin my advancement into fighting Vecna. So something that I haven't mentioned yet that this mod actually does include is 11's powers. In order to gain her powers, you have to create a deprivation tank inside of Minecraft, which in this mod is defined by enclosing yourself in black concrete and submerging yourself in water. Now, it is very likely that this is possible to do in just a dark environment with water, but as far as I was aware, it was with black concrete, and that's kind of as far as I knew. So, of course, I spent the rest of the day collecting the resources in order to make it. Okay, well, the 3 in a row flint. Okay, I swear I'm not Dream. I don't have hacks on. What the freak, dude? That's gotta be an achievement. I feel like every time you need flint, you have to literally fight for it, but then the one time that you don't, it just exists. Dude, stop giving me flint. For once, I actually do not want flint. Never in my life did I think I'd be begging for gravel. Okay, close enough, but we do need that black dye. I mean, someone's gotta have to die. I think I'm low-key more scared of night 3 than any of the nights before. Because at least with the first 2 nights, I know that, hey, I haven't been spotted. I haven't been marked by Vecna. I haven't really had anything sketchy happen. But, well, you know, don't really know what's gonna happen this night. Lots of bad things could happen. With that being said, I'm not risking my own life, so I'm going to sleep through it. I decided to rest my head next to a lake and get ready for day 4. Really, a squid can survive an axe blow? Damn, news to me, I guess. Damn, 2 axe hits for a squid? Maybe I don't know how Minecraft works. Now, does black ink sacks need to be turned into black dye first? I guess so. Concrete, so I need sand and gravel at the bottom. Okay, 24. I mean, that sounds pretty good. I'm gonna make this little thing in the middle out here because I feel like it's a best case scenario.
I began constructing the deprivation tank, or at least how I thought you could go about doing so. However, I struggled quite a lot with this because, well, I couldn't quite remember how to make it, and once completed, it wasn't allowing me to unlock her powers.
Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. It's entirely possible this isn't perfect just because, oh, technically the sides aren't done. So I'm gonna assume that's what it is. So I need to kill a few more things.
I spent the rest of the night of day 4 trying to attempt to remedy it in some way, but I was left with little success with that. With the early morning of day 5, however, I kept on with my efforts, collecting more sand, gravel, and in the hopes that I could maybe find some sort of way to make it work.
So far, nothing's been too stranger or thing about anything I've done so far other than just this is a weird mindset to have.
Eventually, with it continuously not working, I decided to just go into creative in a different world and see if I could find out some way to get it to work. Eventually, I figured out that you have to actually fully submerge yourself in water, meaning having water above your head, which unfortunately left me to forgetting to record the actual process. However, with that being said, I spent the rest of day 5 learning how to use my powers and beginning to get stronger.
Okay. Well, now I'm kind of upset. Most of that I'm just gonna have to voice over, I guess. Basically, I got the powers working, which I'm okay. You'll know all of that kind of stuff. You didn't get to hear my reaction. Basically, I'll give like a quick demonstration of the kind of feats of abilities I'm able to do now. So you see this unsuspecting cow. Dude, I thought he was about to go to render. So the only thing is though, is I don't have Vecna's mark, or at least not that I think of. I don't really know how to get that. I don't know if I want that, but you know, it is the thing. I also don't know if I'm supposed to be fighting Vecna. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do in this mod pack. What the hell was that? Oh, what the fuck? Oh my god, 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 oh my god. Is something gonna come out of there? Do I just have to be worried about this now? What have I done? Oh my god, dude. Can I know that sounds stupid, but can I just like putting Band-Aid over cancer real fast? I don't know what I'm more scared of, the fact that something can just come out of that or the fact that Vecna's probably aware of my existence. Alright, unfortunately, is what it is. I need to be able to play the game at like decent frames per second. No more pretty Minecraft. I know, it's terrible, but hey, on the bright side, I still have superpowers. That's pretty cool. But on the far more bright side, I have well over 100 FPS instead of 30. Definitely makes me at least feel a little better. Guess without further ado, alright. Alright. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh wait, that just duped my blast furnace? Nope. I don't like it in here. Make sure physics mode is on. Psychic mode, whatever. So what is there really to do in the upside down other than admire how weird things look?
And while the upside down, in my opinion at least, wasn't the most cool thing in the world, it did give me a little bit of a glance of how these creatures actually work and how they target you just seemingly because one of them saw you. The hive mind idea, at least.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, nope, nope, not doing that. Oh god. Oh my lord.
Oh, shit. I've made enemies. Okay, I've made really bad enemies. Well, he's still alive, yeah. Okay, so power mode's a thing. Didn't know that existed. How does power mode work on smaller? Ah! Okay, well, the fish is now in the stratosphere, and this dude does not like me. What if I just... Oh my god! Is he coming back? He's not coming back! Oh my god! How high did he go? There's no way. Dude, there's no way I sent him that high. Oh my god, he's... Dude. I just threw his ass into the sun. Alright. Well... Huh. The night of day 6, I continued to mess around in the upside down, look around, see if there's any way to maybe go up there and knock on Vecna's door, which I was met to a little success on. Dude, this whole place is messed up looking. So I'm assuming distance horizons does not work well with this, which is why you're getting these weird texture glitches going on the side of the screen. What does that lightning mean? I don't know, but I was awfully close to it. Okay. Does water not work here? Cool. Which then leads me to the final day. Day 7. This is when things started to get dark. See, before I was purposefully opening them up and, you know, making a Demogorgon come out of here, there to just kind of throw them into the stratosphere and see how far I could get them. Oh, I'm stupid. I want to throw another one into the sun. I need to get better at that. I need to understand the completion rate to that. But now they were coming out for me. They were chasing me, and I was the main target. So, of course, my first idea was to just flee. I think traveling far is going to be the best choice. Plus, also, I feel like he's not going to be able to kill me in a boat, and I can just place the bed, respawn point, and then just attempt to murder him via my powers. In which I accidentally decided to make a horse of Pegasus and launched me thousands of blocks away from where I was standing, and led me to another great demise. This time not by the hands of Demogorgon, however. Or falling. Well, I guess it is falling, huh? Alright, this is definitely not how the mod's intended to be used, but hey, you know, if I have the power, if I'm using it in what I think is a fair way. Alright, now, oh my god, I can control him almost. Oh, ooh. Ooh, okay, soft landing. Okay, shit was not a soft landing. I feel like me getting these powers has done more damage to me than not having them to begin with. Luckily enough, I was able to actually make my way back, which I'm still quite shocked about. And then one of the Demogorgons revealed themselves as Jesus Christ from the Bible, as he began chasing me on the water, and I never even thought about it. They never showed a Demogorgon near the water in the show, so I mean, it's entirely possible they can run on water. Shit. Dude, no way in hell. What the freak, dude? Okay, well, I guess I just fucking hope he doesn't get me. This village is gonna hate my ass when I come pulling up with a freaking monster chasing me. I guess it gave up. Does that mean I'm being stalked by Vecna, or am I just, like, being observed? Like, I don't know the full... I know the lore, but I don't know how the game implies it, or how the guy implied it through the making of this mod. Yeah, it's definitely where I died. That's actually kind of funny. I didn't think I was going to find it. I just was kind of accepting the fact it was gone. Either way, once I did make it to shore and was able to collect all my items, I began seeing visions.
hell was that? I swear I saw something.
I thought maybe I'm crazy because I had completely forgot that one part of the mod is that Vecna starts stalking you. So I thought I was just seeing things. Eventually, I got to see for myself that no, Vecna is very much there and very much watching me. Oh my god, I thought I was fucking crazy. Oh my fucking god, I knew I saw something watching me. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's getting real. And now at this point, I'm no longer a curiosity, yet now I'm a target. My time was wearing thin, and technically we're on day 8 now, so it put us a little bit over schedule, but for a good reason. Vecna's attempts to trap me and confuse me began to get more frequent, as I would go into my inventory or attempt to craft, and I would get attacked and mobbed by these creatures that weren't even there. Spiders, zombies, and such. I didn't expect it this early. I to be, okay, 100% honest. Genuinely thought nothing was gonna happen anymore. Like, I thought, okay, you know, doing what? See, look at this mess, dude. Look, even the Iron Golem sees it. So, oh my god, dude, it's so strange. I don't like this, bro. Jukebox. Craft. I think this is the only time anyone in the history of the game has ever made a jukebox, but desperate times call for desperate measures, okay? And luckily, I was able to start tracking my day a little bit easier when I found a clock in an abandoned shipwreck. No, there's gonna be something in here, alright. That's just how these things work, so... Reveal yourself chest, there you are. Clocks and a buried treasure map. You know what's funny? Oh my god, this, like, actually... is low-key scary. I kind of have to have a clock out. This is probably the one time in Minecraft anyone's ever used a clock, but this clock is my final day if I don't freaking find this buried treasure. This clock would basically tell me how much time I have left, as, well, once you start seeing him, you don't have much time before he gets you. At least that's how it was described in the show, so I kind of just went with it for the plot's sake. I was able to make it over to a different island that also happened to have a village at it, and I began my quest on actually attempting to get a music disc, as that's the one thing that Vecna can't control is the fact that your mind can still hear things like music and escape his powers. However, getting a music disc in Minecraft, other than just raw luck and finding it, you gotta get a creeper to get killed by a skeleton. And that's not the easiest thing in the world. Easier said than done, at least. But I was determined, as it was my only way of escaping. So as night approached, I of course got very scared, because I knew that the next day that I'd wake up, Vecna most likely would be right behind me. Eventually, after trial and error, and getting mauled to death by creatures, and, you know, the risk of dying getting higher and higher, I was eventually able to get it. Come on, quick. Oh my god. Literally die. Oh my god, okay. Now, I don't know about safe, but I'm safer. And what better disc would it be than Cat itself? One of the better Minecraft music discs as it is. Sadly, I was unable to actually get the music disc that the mod comes with, being a note block / Minecraft rendition of Max's favorite song, Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush. But I would argue that I got a pretty close second. Coming close to night, I began to worry, as I was unsure Vecna was actually going to try and get me. So eventually I hid in a house, played my music disc, and just waited. However, soon, this would be my very fatal mistake. Picking up the jukebox and removing myself from the house, the one safe space I had, gave Vecna a clear opportunity. And unfortunately, I'm not the main character of this story. Dude's house got a leak right there. There's a lot of Endermen. It's also sesame. Why is there a lot of Endermen? Dude, at this point, this place is my home. What the hell?
Oh my shit, bro. What? 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 No! What? What?
Tragically, I was too late to placing the jukebox. If I were to have just stayed in the house, I could have potentially survived even longer, even beating Vecna. Now, that would have then left me in a very sticky situation, and eventually I would have had to face my fears and fight him for real. He brought the fight to my world and I lost, before I could even consider bringing the fight to his. Thank you all who have stayed this long, and thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.